My humble salutations at the divine lotus feet of Bhagavan, members of the Council of Sri Satsang Organization UK, the National Youth Coordinator UK, the distinguished members of the August Assembly. I'm extremely happy to be here in your midst this pleasant evening. I am fully aware that this session is meant for youth, but I am amongst youth. That makes me feel youthful too. Well, those of us who are of my age, well, we don't agree when you say that we are senior adults or aged, we are youthful too. In fact, all conferences are open to everybody in Sri Satya Sai Seva organizations there at Prashantanilayam. I am happy that this invitation is extended to certain other sections of the members of the organization also. Well, before I say anything, this group comprises youngsters. Let me share with you some pleasant jokes of our students there at Prashantanilayam. You know, the boys are boys after all anywhere, either in UK or US, India or Prashantanilayam. Boys are boys. They have got to be like that. If they are extraordinary, something wrong with their psyche. Well, naturally, see, to be joyful and take the life delightfully, because life is a matter of dance and ecstasy. Life is fun and humor. If the life is taken seriously, perhaps he is heading for cardiac ward. We don't have to be. Seriousness is never the sign of a spiritual man. God is bliss, bliss is God. We have got to be blissful and try to make people equally happy, if not more. Students, after listening to Bhagavan time and again, day in and day out, right from their first standard, all the teachings of Bhagavan have gone into their heart deep enough, into every cell. But to me, it was quite strange in the beginning, particularly in the early years of my recruitment into Sai Institution as the principal there in the Whitefield campus. I was new to the college as the principal into Sai system. Two students walked into my office. One student said, "Sir, in the railway concession form, my age is put as 18 years. It's wrong. I am not 18. I am only 17. I cannot correct for myself because it has to be affixed. You have to affix your signature there, or else this concession form is not valid." I said, okay. The other boy by his side, they were talking now in front of me. He asked, "What's your age?" The whole drama was taking place in front of me. The other boy is 17, don't you hear me? By mistake it is put as 18, it is 17. The other boy tells, age is of your body. You are not the body, you are eternal, you understand? For a boy of first year to say that, but Bhagavan's teachings, how they have influenced everybody, that's what I want to share with you. It is not any kind of public platform or anything whatsoever. Even in private conversations, his teachings creep in. Yes. I also would like to share with you another beautiful joke of students. They are jokes to us, but they are quite natural to them. There in the hostel, they serve 2 chapatis per head. Only 2. One fellow said, "Sir, I want 3 chapatis." The man lecturer in charge said, "Why 3 chapatis when everyone received 2? This boy tells her, "Swami said, you are not 1 but 3. The one you think you are, the one others think you are, the one you really are. So I need 3 chapatis." See that, boys. I also remember Another girl from Anantapur, his father is my colleague and he is my very neighbor. She is doing her MSc in Home Science and Nutrition this year, my very neighbor. I thought that she did her graduation in bioscience. I said, "Hi, you're bio girl, how are you?" This girl said, "Uncle, I didn't do bioscience." Then I said, "Who are you?" She said, "I am yet to know who I am." I am yet to know. I have no answer. The youngsters, young you are very smart in catching up. You are very smart and intelligent enough, not only merely listening to Bhagwan's divine discourse, applying to the situation as well. I also remember one of our students now working for a PhD program there in Jabalpur, India. While he was doing his BSc, it so happened in Vrindavan, Whitefield, Bangalore, Bhagwan asked him, "What's your name?" The boy, having heard Bhagwan's discourses for long, he said, "Swami, I am God." Swami said, "Oh, you are God? Very good. Go and give darshan now." See, like that, there are many things happen. And it so happened, it seems one boy was late to the college. "Well, all right, you come inside." And I was talking to him because I don't want to threaten my boys, because a teacher takes the place of a parent. That too in Sai institutions, the students do very, very hard work, believe me or not. Some are in charge of the kitchen, some are in charge of electricals, some are in charge of maintenance, dispensary. The whole hostel is managed by students. So while they were talking, I overheard. It seems this boy, who was so busy in maintenance group, was late to the restroom. So what he did was, because he has to attend the class on time, he went on knocking on the door. No reply. Then he asked, "Who is there? Who are you? Who is there inside?" He gives the answer, "I am I." They were talking like that. I am not talking to you in a lighter vein or in the form to add humor to the August Assembly. Certainly not. What I would like to drive into your notice is, Swami's message goes so deep into our hearts. In whatever we talk, in every conversation, they find relevance, application, and we begin to quote freely. That's what it is. We get soaked in Sai message. Therefore, my friends, as I see youngsters, I recall these happy moments, the students there in Prasanthi Nilayam. I have before me some questions and I'm ready to respond. Before I go to questions, I would like to share with you few thoughts of mine in full awareness of the time limitation as well. Well, the first and foremost important point which I want to draw to attention of the youth today is this. My friends, you are going to be the torch bearers of Sai organization in future. You are going to be the leaders of Sri Satya Sai organization in future. What is expected of you and what things you are expected to equip yourself today is a matter of question. I may submit to you that all of you should not merely be the singers, nor the speakers, nor experts in a particular chosen field. I personally feel that each and every one of you should be an institution, an organization by yourself. Organization in motion is every member of the youth organization. Wherever you go, whatever job you do, every one of you should be able to influence the vicinity, should be able to influence your colleagues, members in the neighborhood, and you should be the nucleus of Sai Center. Therefore, my friends, you should equip yourself with all activities in full awareness of the methodology and the technique the way how each wing of the organization functions. To drive out this point directly, I might tell this. Supposing I have some bhajan at my residence, bhajan program. If two singers are not there, I cannot put on a tape recorder there, nor cancel bhajan. No. Well, I am ready to sing. Why not? After all, it's not going to be a music program or music concert open to the public. A song is different from a hymn. Hymn. Song is of music. Hymn is full of spirit. Song is for delight. Hymn is for bliss. Song is an entertainment. Hymn is an enlightenment. Therefore, when I sing hymns, I need not necessarily be musical. I need not be Anup Jalota. Not necessary. Because it's a residential bhajan, well, I can sing and carry on with the bhajan session. In other words, I want everyone to learn bhajans. Bhajan is the opening gate into the mansion of Sai devotee. If anyone says, I cannot sing, I feel shy to sing, I say, woe unto him. We should be able to sing. Well, here I may say, it is quite possible to sing if we keep Swami in our mind. It's quite possible. It is not music competition, as I said earlier. I am reminded of a simple incident that Bhagavan said, which happened in the times of Akbar the Great. He heard a beggar singing in praise of God loudly, excellently, melodiously, spontaneously, beautifully. And Akbar was very much enchanted by the melody, by the composition, by the depth of music of this beggar. He heard music and returned. Next day, in the open court, Akbar summoned Tansen, the musician of Akbar's court. He called him and said, Tansen, look here, you are my singer here in this open court. But I saw a beggar on the street singing better than you. I am very much ashamed. Why is it so? The whole world is in praise of your excellence in the art of music. How is that beggar is able to sing better than you? Tansen, with folded hands, said, My Lord, I humbly submit unto you. The beggar started singing, keeping God in his face every day and sing, and this is the standard. And therefore, my friends, if we are to sing for the praise of everybody, if we are to sing for mere appreciation, cheers and wide applause, well, that is music concert. To sum up, I want every one of you to learn, or if not, if you have already learned, improve upon the art of singing Baba bhajans. If there is any unifying factor in Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations around the world, only this particular area of bhajans. People may not understand your talk, may appreciate your talk, may condemn or sleep during the course of the talk, but bhajans will keep them alert, awake, enjoy and experience the thrill and the bliss. That's the first thing that you have got to know. The second thing is the spirit of service. The spirit of service is more important than the service itself. Service, if you say that, is merely quantitative. The spirit of service is qualitative. Many people say, I served. What is it you have served? He goes on narrating, giving you the list of things that you have served, which is not worth hearing at all. The spirit of service is more important than the service. Why? Because Bhagavan is Bhavapriya, the spirit of service, and not Bhakyapriya, mere service alone. Bhagavan also gives one example. Out of enthusiasm, bubbling enthusiasm, dynamism, eagerness to serve, one gentleman started distributing sweets to patients in a hospital. And he started distributing sweets to a diabetic patient too. Is it service or disservice? It is disservice. Is not only that, one man of compassion and charity who is extra loaded with religiousness or spiritual textual knowledge and information happened to see a fish in water. The fish went on moving there in the midst of water actively. This fellow thought it is struggling for life. So what he did was, he picked up that fish, kept it on a turkey towel on a table, and wanted to offer hot cup of coffee. It is sure to die. Is it service? Is it compassion? No. Service requires expertise. Service requires skills. Service requires talents. Service requires a kind of awareness. What kind of service could be extended to whom should be done, when it is to be done, how is to be rendered, how, where, when, why. One should know all these things rather simply blindly proceed. Because we decided to distribute fruits, we proceed with fruits. Though they say, thank you, we don't want your fruits. So we should know what is to be done. This is the second thing. Learning bhajans 1. Number 2, the spirit of service. Number 3, humility. Humility is very, very important. Bhagavan would tolerate anything. This incarnation may try to forgive any human lapse, any human pitfalls, but not pride and ego. If there is slightest trace of pride and ego, one has to be prepared for spiritual surgery to follow one day or other. That spiritual surgery would be very, very painful, which would be extended for prolonged period of time. The wearer knows where the shoe pinches. Therefore, one has to be very careful that we give no chance for pride and ego. Of course, we are bloated when people praise us. What a wonderful program it is. What a wonderful singer you are. What an excellent speaker you are. Well, up like parachutes we go, but someday we land ourselves deep in hot waters. Bhagavan always tells the students, look here boys, water always flows down while the flame moves upward. Flame, though kept in a pit, moves upward, flame, whereas water, even from the mountain top, flowed downwards. Similarly, you may be on the top of the hill with all your achievements, accomplishments, excellence, but with pride, you are sure to fall down. But if you are a man of humility, the lamp and the flame, you will certainly come up in life. That's what Bhagavan meant. So the third quality is this humility, giving no scope for any sort of pride and ego. The fourth point is this, a sort of unity, absolutely necessary. We should not compete with each other. We should not compare with each other. We should not be outsmarting the other. We should not try to ride over the other. Certainly not. We should work unitedly. We can have groups, but not groupism. We can have regions, but we should not be regional. There are many regions in London, but I am sure you are not regional. I know that many groups come to Prashantanalayam from London. I am sure that you do not have groupism. Groupism is negative, while groups visiting there is positive. Regions reflect of expansion of the organization. Regionalism is for its deterioration. So my friends, you should have unity. All are one, my dear son, be alike to everyone. When one gentleman complained to Swami against somebody else, Bhagavan said, I will remove both of you. So we are not here to compete with each other. No. We are here to work together. The reason is, when you say God is one, when you say God is our Father, if you are convinced that we are all His children, when you address every time brothers and sisters, how can you expect elder brother having ill will towards younger brother? Therefore, brothers and sisters, be aware This is the most important thing. You should have unity. The one who cannot work in unity, he is a threat to the existence of the organization. He be a scholar, a musician, actor, whatever level be the talent. Organization, youth wing in particular, is not a platform to exhibit our talent, certainly not. This is a ground, a sadhana, a spiritual field to find fulfillment of our life, to see God within us, to see that Satya Sai message reaches far and wide to every nook and corner in society. That is the object, but not self-esteem, nevertheless self-praise, and never self-aggrandizement. Self-aggrandizement, self-esteem, self-praise are viral, bacterial, lethal diseases which will lead to fall of any spiritual aspirant or seeker. Therefore, unity is most important. This unity we can develop if you are pure-hearted. If our heart is pure, where I don't want to dominate anybody, when I consider that all are equal, when I feel that everyone is unique, when I feel that all are necessary, as Bhagavan says, the screws, bolts and nuts are necessary for every aircraft. You cannot say aircraft will fly high with the propeller alone. Impossible. All nuts, bolts, screws are all necessary for safe landing, or you can say a kind of journey or a travel. Therefore, every one of us are important. Never consider some are VIP, some are VVVIP. No. The meaning of VIP is very insignificant person. Please take it from me. Therefore, there is nothing like VIP in Sai field. If one considers himself VIP, pray for his early wisdom someday or other to dawn upon him. So there is nothing like that. So we should all be pure. That is rather reflected in our brotherhood, in our love, how we cooperate with each other, our leadership. That's most important. So unity is possible when there's purity. And the cooperation is possible when there's purity and unity. Or else, instead of cooperation, you find only operation, as Bhagavan says. So we are not here to operate, but we are here to cooperate. And above all, the unity and the purity should help us to experience Bhagavan within, who is very much same in everybody, that is divinity. So purity, unity, divinity is not any sort of slogans, any sort of platform speeches, but it should be in practice. Purity, unity and divinity will be there in practice, which will be reflected in our intercommunications. When I am able to communicate with everybody, when I am able to move with everybody, when I am able to share with everybody, when I do not feel that I am more than anybody, that is unity, purity, divinity. If I feel that I am something special, that I am something great, it is non-spiritual, irreligious, stupid and idiotic. So no one is superior to anybody. All are equal. But some have additional responsibilities for functional purposes. That's all. Some have chosen some seniors to lead, to guide and to direct. So you as youngsters should stand united. We should never compete. There should never be any sort of rivalry among us. These things I am telling you, not there in you, certainly not. It is a kind of a guideline, that's all. And then loyalty, 100%. Loyalty to Swami, 100%, no compromise. There are some people, sir, we would like to participate in other organizations also. Can I do that? There are certain other sections in society who want me. Can I go? No. Not that I'm arresting you, not that I'm limiting you, not that I'm narrowing down your field, extended, expansive, vast area of your capacities and abilities. No. We should maintain our identity. We should maintain our identity. Simple example, Big Ben watch, Brook Bond. You understand? Certain companies have got names, they are patented. Similarly, you cannot expect Archbishop of Canterbury to speak on Islam. Do you expect it from him? Archbishop of Canterbury will speak on Islam today. They will say something wrong with me, or I may be sued in the court of law. You cannot expect Swami Ranganathananda to speak on Christianity. Swami Ranganathananda speaks on Ramakrishna. Archbishop of Canterbury speaks on Christianity. Sai devotee should speak on Sai. Sai devotee should be an authority in Sai literature. A Sai devotee, a Sai youth worker should be a scholar in Sai message, should be an expert in Sai mission. Not simply a claim. Sai worker, or to claim that I am a youth member of the Sai organization, calls for extra responsibility. I can't say, Swami, I can't do it because I am retired. You cannot say that. You are quite young. You have got to do it. So that is an extra responsibility. If I forget, I can say, Swami, by profession, I am a professor. One can't be a professor unless he is absent-minded. My profession justifies my absence of mind. But you can't do that. Youngster is expected to be smart, active, elegant, and be an intellectual. Therefore, there is an extra responsibility on the part of youth to be dynamic. To be dynamic leadership. What is leadership? Leadership is not commanding everybody. Leader is the one who leads. Leader is in the front. Leader is in the front, foremost. First to get up, last to go to bed. He is the leader. You cannot say that leader is something like a contractor telling everybody you do this, and then withdrawing from the scene. It is not so. Sai organization leadership meant total commitment, total dedication, total surrender, uncompromising loyalty to Bhagwan. Am I clear? If there is anyone speaking anything against our feelings, we should not listen to him. If anyone speaks against your father, I don't think that you will give me a good listening. You will certainly react in the way that I deserve. Similarly, if there is anything that hurt our sentiments and feelings said about our field of our activity, we should rise to the occasion, should be able to justify, should be able to defend our chosen activity at this juncture. In other words, we should be totally loyal to Bhagavan. Mayi jananya yogena bhaktiravya bhicharini vivikta desha sevitvam aratirjana samsadi. Says Bhagavad Gita, bhaktiravya bhicharini, unadulterated love, unadulterated loyalty. So my friends, youth here, we should take a pledge that we have 100% loyalty to Bhagavan, that we shall not tolerate anything said against the organization, that we shall not give any kind of hearing that would hurt our feelings, that we shall not act against the interests of the organization, that we shall not give any scope for misunderstanding, that we shall not give any occasion to anybody to point a finger towards us, that this is the mistake in you. So we should be blemishless, we should be spotless, we should be dynamic. And leadership, the leadership is not in Sai organization, is not a matter of election. There are no elections in Sai organization, only selection. Selection by Bhagavan himself, based on the considerations of devotion and spiritual practice sadhana, nothing else. And therefore, let us not fight for positions. No, let us have leadership qualities. Leadership qualities. For information, it was Gopal Krishna Gokhale, the freedom fighter from India. Somebody said, Gokhale, India is going to get freedom someday. What position you expect in free India? You know, Gokhale said, I don't want to be a minister. I don't want to be the prime minister. I want to go back to my school and teach mathematics to students and generate leaders in the school where I work. That's what he said. So kingmaker is greater than king himself. Therefore, leadership quality meant encouraging others, giving chances to others, bringing Swami into their lives, introducing Swami to them for the first time. That is the greatest of service. What is the greatest of service? Not feeding the poor, not medical aid. The greatest service is to introduce Bhagavan to a person who has not been exposed to him till then. So youth should take up that activity. A beautiful leadership that everybody in society will think, look here, Saya organization, what work they are doing. Bhagavan Baba will be happy. Swami will be happy when the society praises us. Swami will be happy when we are happy. Swami will be happy when we act according to his command. When we act according to his command, we should be reverential to our elders. We should be respectful to our elders. Swami is so sensitive. Perhaps those who have that closeness will certainly learn over a period of time. It so happened many people sat there. One boy started coming in haste. Unintentionally, he happened to overstep an elderly gentleman sitting over there. He didn't see. He didn't do it intentionally. It just happened as ill luck would have it. As he was running forth, he had put his foot on an elderly gentleman. In fact, it didn't touch his body either. It is only extension of his cloth. In India, you know, dhotis they wear. That's all. Swami saw from a distance. That evening, the whole talk is based on the need to be humble, the need to be respectful, the need to be reverential to elders. He came heavily on each and everybody, the students and the teachers also. So, our respect to elders will make Swami happy. Our obedience to elders will make Swami extremely happy. And our selflessness will make Swami very, very happy. And our knowledge in Sai literature. Knowledge, that's very important. Knowledge, I can tell you, just I said it in a broad sense. Baba literature is not knowledge for information. Knowledge is borrowed. Knowledge is second-hand. Second-handed information. Second-hand information is knowledge. But Baba's literature is one of wisdom. Wisdom is different from knowledge. Wisdom is intuitive, while knowledge is psychological. Wisdom is original, while knowledge is borrowed. Wisdom comes from within. Knowledge comes from books or through teachers. Wisdom is the product of discrimination, the fundamental discrimination, while knowledge is to be simply accepted, received, unidirectional flow of information, oral communication by the teacher. Wisdom is the communion of God within, while knowledge is oral expertise of a teacher. Knowledge is time-bound. Wisdom is eternal. So I can go on like this. Sai literature, in other words, is full of wisdom. That is spontaneous. That is the revelation of your inner divinity. That is you are exposed to your own true nature. It is not anything alien to you. It is not anything foreign to you. It's only your inner self that has been brought to your attention. So, my friends, wisdom, Sai literature, spirit of service, humility, non-competitive, non-comparative attitude, total loyalty, leadership quality, ever readiness to serve. I cannot say, sir, in summer I am going to be free, I will take up some service activity. When you are free, activity may not be there. Some people say, I would attend Sai bhajans after my retirement. Where is the guarantee you are going to live till then? Some people say, I'll be more active in the organization when once my responsibilities are over. Responsibilities will never end. Responsibilities of children now, responsibilities of grandchildren later, finally you will be irresponsible towards God. Therefore, it's not a question of postponement. It's a question of commitment. It's a question of action right now. It's not anything like that. Ever ready. Readiness to serve. That is absolutely expected. Swami sometimes says, come on, get up and speak. Everybody should be ready to speak. I cannot say, Swami, I need some time, let me write and read. No. And when we speak, there should be some sense in what we say. It is not a kind of laughter or a humor. It is a sort of inner call. It is a inner call, clarion call, consciousness speaking to us. That's what it is. So, my friends, I am sure you will certainly cultivate these things. I am the first person to feel extremely happy whenever I find large groups from UK visiting Prashantinalayam on every occasion. I know there are different groups of devotees visiting that place. Yes, and Swami is extremely happy whenever he meets them. He has gone to the extent of claiming youth as my boys, what more you want? When Baba said, my boys are here from London, when Swami says, you are my boys, what more certificate you expect in life? That is what it is. When Swami said, you are my boys, we should live up to that. We should live up to that. We should be deserving. Let Swami feel proud of us. And when once he owns us, our responsibility is much more. To live up to his standard, to deserve all the affection and love so generously conferred upon each one of us. I remember that. I also remember the wonderful music programs that you put on from time to time. Nearer the temple, farther from God goes the proverb. Though most of us are there in India, the classical music, the birthplace of classical music, but I tell you openly, without any reservation, your expertise, your knowledge in classical music is much more than most of us beyond doubt. It is because of Bhagavan's grace. It is because as I listen to these songs, the way tabla is played, the way guitar and harmonium are played, the way how boys have been singing, it is in perfect harmony, a proper synthesis of all the instruments they have played with all the expertise and the depth in the subject of music. It carries with it the melody besides the feeling. That makes Swami extremely happy. I only pray Bhagavan to bless you, to shower his choicest blessings on each and every one of you. I also remember the British youth, I say. British youth are unique. Our college boys lift their eyebrows in surprise when you start singing like a chain, 25, 30 bhajan songs at a stretch. Something like electric train, dada, 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 with no end at all. There's no intermission, there's no break, harati, that's all. You wait or go, that's hang yourself. So this kind of good non-stop flight from London to New York, that's all. You don't have to change. So London, Ganesh Stuti, New York, harati, that's all. Then only you can get up. There are a number of songs, good. No one did like that. No one did like that. It speaks of number of songs you know. It also speaks of the interest that you can sustain among all those that assemble, participate, and join in chorus. And Swami starts laughing. Perhaps most of you might not have noticed. He laughs in such a mischievous way, his previous habit as Krishna. So he has got his own mischievous ways as Lord Krishna. When you start singing dada dada like that, he gives a beautiful smile without your notice and gaze. We know the divine music and the divine romance. So, Swami in full appreciation of it. It is special, It doesn't look anything odd. I also remember Sai Mahima presentations, really not ordinary thing. It is really extraordinary that Swami at one time there in Vrindavan made curtains specially for them. It never happens. He made curtains specially ready for their presentation. For that purpose, He gave instructions to tailor, took personal interest, and God made those curtains ready. When I was there in Vrindavan, Sai Mahima is really Mahima of Sai. Therefore, I am very well aware of youth activities and the number of people that visit Prashantharan from time to time, a lesson for all of us to learn from you. I wish and pray that you will keep it up, that you will maintain. And I can also say, I am not given to flattery for your information. You must have understood over a period of time that I am quite plain in talking to you because I love you. I simply love you, that's all. As I love you, I have got to be plain. Therefore, I call upon every one of you to maintain same standards in all prayerfulness, in all dedicated spirit, total surrender to Bhagwan Sri Sathya Baba. Another piece of information which is Kohinoor diamond in the crown of Sathya Sai organization is this. Maximum number of devotees from the organization that visited Prashanti Nilayam for maximum number of times, making presentations to the state of excellence over a prolonged period of time, the whole and the sole credit goes to UK Sathya Sai organization. There is no doubt about it. It speaks of Bhagwan's love for you. You are chosen. You have not come. You have not opted for it. You are chosen children of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Baba. You have come here to inherit His divine property of love. You are the legal heirs of the divine providence. Well, I have a couple of questions right now. I will be answering, and if you have supplementary questions, you are welcome to ask within the limitations of time. The first question is this. As young people, can you please tell us how to love Swami more? What is it that we need to do? The question is quite modest. Out of modesty, because of simplicity, they said as young people. The question is applicable to old people also. As old people, can you please tell us how to love Swami? As young people, can you please tell us how to love Swami? Because old people also should necessarily love Swami. So, what is it that we need to do? I can tell you only one answer to this, straight answer. To follow His command. To follow what He wants us to do. Not to question why. Not to reason why. As English poetry says, cannon to right unto them, cannon to left unto them. Not to question why, not to reason why. The literature goes on to say, but to do and die. But in Sai field, not to question why, not to reason why, but to do and live. But to do and live, but not to do and die, which is the slogan of military regimentation of those British times. But to do and live. So the easiest way to love Swami is to act according to His will, is to act according to His teachings, is to act according to His command, unscrupulously. Some people do it unscrupulously. Some people do it scrupulously. Some people do it hypocritically. Some people do it conditionally. It should not be so. It should be in toto. Whatever Swami does it, says, yes, exactly to the letter and spirit, we should be doing it. It is not anything like double standards. Therefore, how to love Swami? Swami said this. If you love everybody, if you love your parents, if you love your country, if you love your neighborhood, if you love your brothers, yes, it means you are loving me. Sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Sarvajiva tiraskaram keshavam pratigacchati. Salutations. Whomsoever you salute, whosoever you respect, that amounts to respecting God Himself. Whosoever you deject, whosoever you reject, whosoever you deny, that amounts to denial of God Himself. So, in brief, to please Swami, to love Swami, the best way is to act according to His wishes. The second question, what advice can you give us as youth? See, they're very particular youth, yes. I envy you because I was also like you at one time. Okay? What advice can you give us as youth on what pleases Swami and what displeases Swami? Yes, to act against that which pleases Him will displease Him. Absence of light is darkness. Absence of darkness is light. Similarly, whatever that, if I don't do that, displeases Him, it will please Him. So the answer is simple. What is it that displeases Him? One, indiscipline. Indiscipline. To put it in His own words, one, asraddha, negligence. Asraddha, negligence. Two, aviswasa, lack of faith. Three, asuya, jealousy. Four, ahankara, ego. So, aviswasa, alakshya, then asuya, ahankara, the lack of faith or faithlessness, ego, jealousy, negligence, these are the things that Bhagavan does not like. We have got to be alert. I cannot be negligent. If one or two students fail in my subject, they don't get anything, but I get everything from Swami. In public, he will say, I will send you out because students are failing in your subject. Meaning, Bhagavan will conclude that I am rather neglecting my duty, that I am negligent towards my students. So he will not tolerate any negligence on the part of anybody. Aviswasa, faithlessness. Some people lose faith at times. When Swami talks to you, I lose my faith. Because does not matter even if he doesn't talk to me. If he talks to you, I am more nervous and more worried. That's what happens. Because of the individual selfish nature. So, aviswasa, one should not be faithless. Viswaswasa, swasa is breath. So, what is the breath of life? The breath of life is viswasa, faith itself. So, Swami does not want us to develop these evil traits. What are they? Aviswasa, ahankara, ego, asuya, jealousy. These things, alakshya, negligence, they should not be there in our life. He doesn't like it. What is it that pleases Swami? Humility, vinaya, vidheyata, discipline, vinaya, vidheyata. Vinaya is humility, vidheyata, obedience. 3, niti, morality, nijayati, integrity. These things will please him, to quote his own words. You follow me, please? Yes. Third question. What can we, as young people, do to contribute to Swami's mission? What should we do to contribute to Sai mission? Yes. The first thing is this. Bhagavan said, apakaramu cheyakundute goppa upakaramu. If we don't harm anybody, it is the greatest help. So let us not harm anybody because it is the greatest help that we can do to anybody. Meaning, don't hurt anybody. Don't harm anybody. Forget about helping somebody. 2, we are not supposed to criticize anybody. We are not supposed to praise anybody, because you cannot praise because it is Swami's grace. You cannot condemn anybody because you have no authority to judge. So we are not supposed to criticize, paradushana, accusing others, vimarsha, criticism. We are not supposed to do that. And third thing is what we call, Swami, as Bhagavan always says, yes, Kuru Punya Mahoratram. Kuru Punya Mahoratram. Do good deeds day and day out. Do good deeds day and day out. No, summer is the service period, therefore I'll do it. The rest of the year is disservice. Is not so. Service is not seasonal. Service is not accidental. Service is not incidental. Service is not like British train that may come at any time and go. Weather is unpredictable, so also our service and our moods. It should not be so. Kuru punya mahoratram. Day in and day out, we have to serve. And then smara nityam anityatam. Always discriminate that which is momentary, that which is eternal, that which is ephemeral, that which is permanent, that which is transitory, that which is everlasting. This kind of distinction, differentiation, demarcation between the world and thereafter, between this and that. In other words, nitya anityatam, that which is transient, momentary, that which is permanent, everlasting, immortal, blemishless, eternal. When you think of that which is everlasting, your life will be sublime. Then, Tyaja Durjana Samsargam. Tyaja Durjana Samsargam. Run away from bad company. Some people say, sir, I am a devotee. I have all sorts of friends. You are not a supermarket. You are not a departmental store where things are sold from tongue cleaner to Mercedes-Benz. You are not a departmental store. And you are not a market. You cannot say, I have also, sir, some people smoke, some people drink, but yet I am a Sai devotee, I am sorry. Because some time is just waiting for you so that you can join them someday. It's not so. Tyaja Durjana Samsargam. Run away from bad company. Dharmaraja returns in the evening and tells, my lord, all are good. I could not find any bad fellow on earth. If there is any bad fellow, I might have been a bad fellow, but no one else, said Dharmaraja. And Krishna asked Duryodhana, bring one good fellow. Duryodhana returns in the evening, said, Lord Krishna, I could not find single good fellow excepting me. So if you say there is no good company, something wrong with you. Because all the bad that you find outside is the reflection of the inner being. Therefore, what is it that we should do? Tyaja Durjana Samsargam. Run away from bad company. Bhaja sadhu samagamam. Join good company. Smara nityam anityatam. Exercise the concept of discrimination between that which is temporary and that which is eternal. Makuru dhanajana yavvana garbam. Harati nimeshat kalas sarvam. Oh man, you are proud of your youth. You are proud of your property acquisitions. After all, they are just passing clouds. After all, they are water bubbles that are sure to fade out in passage of time. So this is smara nitya manityatam. Kuru punya mahoratram. We have to render service day in, day out. These are things that would please Swami. Yes? Oh, fifth question I think she is supposed to answer. Oh, I see. Because this relates to ladies. I don't know why you are under the impression that I cannot give answer to ladies. That lady alone should give to a question relating ladies, I don't know. Because I am reminded of what Meera said. It seems Meera was about to enter into Krishna's temple. Somebody said, Sevadal volunteer said. He stretched his hand, no, no, no. Only men. Only men. This side, VIP gate. Only men. Chhod do. No, not. And Meera said, only men? Where are men here? She said. Are there men here? Don't you look at me, I'm a man, 100%. Why do you doubt me? And Meera says, we are all women. There's only one man, God. We are all women. To a modern man, it might look unscientific, foolish. But spiritually, it is correct answer. The life principle within us, the divine energy within us, the cosmic consciousness within us, the awareness within us is called Purusha, masculine. Purusha Sukta, the spirit in you. So there is Purusha, the man in everyone, this side of the audience also. Then the body is feminine. Matter is feminine. Material is feminine. 5 senses, 5 elements are feminine. The energy, the magnetism, the life, the vitality is masculine. So everyone is combination of femininity and masculinity. Therefore, when this question is to be answered by woman to women, well, I happily recall with gratitude Meera's episode that all are women, man is only God. Just by way, that's all. She is free to answer you. Well, I don't represent male chauvinism. No. Yes? How do we become ambassadors of Swami's mission? A good ambition indeed. One would like to be an ambassador of Swami. Yes. It is the great, to think of along these lines itself is his divine grace. In all humility, with not even an iota of egoism, not even a hairpin trace of self-praise. A personal note here. Some of my classmates are district collectors today. Some of my classmates are in police service, class 1. And some of my students, 2 of them are ministers in the state of Andhra Pradesh. But my friends, believe me or not, from the bottom of my heart I say, I am more than all of them because I am in Sri Sathya Sai Institute of Higher Learning. Why? Why? Because it is not a position acquired. It is not a position fought for. It is not a position sought after. It is the one conferred. It is the one conferred by the divine grace. Something like that rain, it falls, that's all. You are not the cause. Your job is to collect that rain, fresh water, the distilled water, that's all. Similarly, Sai, proximity, is one thing that is conferred. Therefore, to desire to be an ambassador of Swami itself is the greatest, highest ambition in our life. How can you be a true ambassador? 1, by our own life and conduct. By our own life and conduct. If anyone asks you, how do you like to be in future in Sai organization? We should say, I would like to be like Kasturi, a powerful writer. I would like to be Professor Gokak, a man of wisdom, a man of letters, a man of excellence in public oratory. Yes, I would like to be the top people who are organizing different units in Sri Sathya Sai organizations in Prashantalam. I would like to be like one of those people, in charge of that discipline with a spirit of detachment, with a total spirit of renunciation. Can you imagine in these days of money, there are many, many people who just resign their jobs and working on honorary basis. Can you imagine? There are some people who have got laurels, gold medals, accomplishments, having studied in prestigious institutions like IITs, who have got lucrative salary, promising career, simply resigned, came over there. It is not an easy joke. Just in a once in a time to go there, enjoy and come back. It is a spiritual picnic. A visitor visa is different from an immigration visa. Therefore, who is your role model? Who is your hero? Yes, my hero is there in Prashanthalam. The hero of heroes, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba. We can as well say that. So to desire to be an ambassador is really, that thought itself reflects the intuitive feeling which is the result of the divine grace. How can you be ambassador? By your own example, by your own conduct, by your own behavior. Two, by your broad-mindedness. Broad-mindedness. One should be beyond caste, community, religion, race, nationality. There are some people who have got so many narrow considerations. My man, my fellow, my caste, the fellow who is next to my door, down the hell with you. Please, are you not fed up with such feelings? Why don't you feel that we are all one? Why not? Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is our father. Yes, we are all one. Can't you say that? You believe me or not? I may be talking to any group there in Prashanthalayam, be that from Japan or Germany, from any group, I feel one with them. I feel I met them already long back. I never feel new towards anybody. Why? Our father is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Baba. After all, you don't need to introduce me. I know you before because we are brothers. So, an ambassador of Baba should have that feeling of fraternity, brotherhood, love unsullied, love unadulterated, love unpolluted, love crystal clear, love distilled, love what you call precipitated. Am I clear? I could use all the words that I know. So that at least one will get into you. Not to exhibit my vocabulary. For information, I am not a student of English literature. I am a student of botany, that's all. The love of literature made me pick up these things, that's all. So my friends, our fraternity, our love, our broad-mindedness, that is the way how you can be an ambassador. An ambassador should have communicating skills because you represent your mission. Indian ambassador, Russian ambassador, UK ambassador should be able to represent the country. So as ambassadors, we should be able to represent Sai mission and Sai message in our own humble way. Next question. What can we do to take on some of the responsibility that is on Swami's shoulders? Aha, good. What an audacity it is. When Swami is there to take upon himself our responsibility, we want to know how to take up his responsibility. What a wow, good. But yet, though I said in a humorous note, but this speaks of their love for Swami. When Swami has taken upon himself the two important programs today, one activity relating to the field of medicine and healthcare, the second education. These two are most important, fundamental, basic activities that he has taken upon himself and wants everybody all the world over to follow. So how to associate ourselves with these two activities? Bhagavan has taken upon himself the hospital there. How can I associate with that hospital work? Swami has taken upon himself the educational activities. How can I associate myself with Swami's activities? Squirrel associated with Rama's activity. Monkeys associated with Rama's activity. Bird Jatayu associated with Rama's activity. Demons. Vibhishana associated with Rama's activity. I don't know, can't we do that? When squirrels and monkeys and demons are ready to associate with the divine program, can't a human associate himself by every way? How? How? One thing is this: what is it that hospital requires? The hospital, what are the requirements of the hospital, Sathya hospitals? What are the requirements of Sathya educational institutions, wherever they are? I have not come here as a beggar, no. I have not come here to solicit things from you, no. Bhagavan is the giver. But as a sadhaka, as a seeker, as the one who loves Swami, what is it that we should do? How to play my own part. Simple example. There are some professors from UK. There are some professors from US who come to Sathya University as visiting faculty members. Excellent service. Visiting faculty members. Yes. And there are some that come and do service in the hospital. Yes. So we can associate ourselves with Swami's activity in one way or other. That's what I say. Then next, we as youth have to juggle many things in our life. Studies, looking after parents, and busy careers. Please tell us how we can remain centered on Swami always and ensure that we fulfill our duty. As youngsters, if you have these responsibilities tomorrow, as householders, you'll have the responsibility, the wife, children, in-law, society, job, boss. Impossible. Impossible for you to do it. No. A man who can do one thing can also do another thing. A man who can do 10 jobs can do 11th job also. A fellow who cannot do single job, unfit to do any other job. A man who does actively will find some time to do something else. A person who says, I have no time, does not do anything, fit for nothing fellow. So, another point is this: if you take care of your parents, you are serving Swami. If you are busy in your career, honestly, if you do work in the name of God, tasmin pritistasya priyakarya sadhanancha tadupasanameva sarva karma bhagavat prityartham. O God, I do all this, let it be pleasing unto you. Let it make you happy. If you do it, it is not a career, it is not a job. Work is transformed into worship. So that's what it is. Then last question, we are planning a national UK youth pilgrimage trip in November to Swami. We are going with the intention of telling Swami that we love him and that we are ready to take on some of Swami's work upon our shoulders. Please can you advise us on how we can make this trip a success? Well, this is a question totally spiritual in its content and depth. The idea to go on a trip is prompted by Swami. The arrangements that are going on are guided by Bhagavan. The very thought itself guarantees success. There's no doubt about it. All that is divine is bound to be successful. As Swami said, Manasuloni bhavambu manchidaina. If your intentions are good, Kaligitirunu falasiddhi karyamandu. You are bound to be successful in every task. Manasuloni bhavambu malinamaina. If your intentions are dirty, polluted and selfish, falamu kuda ari itiga malinamaganu. The result also is going to be a total failure. So this idea to go on pilgrimage is sufficiently divine enough. The attempts are spiritual enough. Success is guaranteed. But by way of suggestion, I can tell you recently, 4,000 youth from the state of Kerala happened to visit Prashantinalayam in the month of April on 14th. Swami said to many people, see these youngsters. Please, what Swami said I am telling you, secretly. A public secret. Yes. This. He went on praising Kerala youth every time. He said, see, they are coming in a line wherever they go. Meaning, applies to you. 2, how silent they are. You are expected to be that. With what attention they heard talks there. How disciplined they are. What kind of dress they had put on. How modest they are. The dress in full agreement with the campus discipline. Well, the shorts and jeans may be fine outside, not in Prashantinalayam. When you are in Rome, do as Romans do. So our behavior, our conduct, our discipline should be in accordance to the campus. That will make Swami very happy. Men and women totally segregated. We are not expected to communicate with women. Women are not expected to communicate with men. We are expected to go in lines. We are expected to maintain silence. We are expected to do bhajans or meditate or read anything what we can do. So that Swami will be happy. If he is happy, he will make you more happy. He will confer his blessings because Baba is our own reflection. I am sure you don't need to be told these things because you have got sufficient experience or a period of time being guided by expert leaders who are guiding you all these years. And then you don't need to say, Swami, we love you. Love is never said. Nobody says, I love my wife, I love my son. If you don't love your son, whom are you going to love? If you don't love your wife, if you don't love your wife, then it's a questionable character. So nobody would say on the face. That which is most precious is never said. There's so much of gold in the Almirah. I'll tell you how many suits I have, but I don't tell you how much of gold is there in the Almirah. Gold is precious. I'll tell you how much of night dresses I have. I won't tell you diamonds there in the treasure. I'll tell you how I have been spending, but I don't tell you my income. Right? Most precious things are never said. Similarly, we don't need to say we love you, Swami, but we put it in the form of a song. A song is an expression of the inner rhythm of life. Music is the expression of the inner rhythm of life. Is an expression of the beat of human heart. Yes, we sing His glory. We express our love by way of music, not oral, verbal expression. Please can you advise? Yes, that's all. I really appreciate you for the time. Well, I think I could answer all these questions. There is only one question to be answered by her as expected by the organizers. I think she would like to answer also. The question put to her is this. I think I can read out, or if you want, you can read it. Okay, you want to read out? Okay.